Yo, what's going on, chat? Hope everybody's doing well. We're here at Telluride Airport in Telluride, Colorado. We're in the parking lot now. We just arrived at the airport. We're going to walk out to the airplane in just a moment. We'll pre-flight and do our briefing, and then we'll get out of here. All right, let's walk out to the airplane. Pretty with the mountains and the snow. There's our airplane, our new to us used Cessna 182 Turbo, the airplane that we're going to be taking down to Albuquerque today for the TPC Flying Thursday. Starting off here at Telluride. Pretty neat looking FBO. Almost looks like the Tesla symbol painted on the wall there. Airplane's already been topped off for us, so like I said, we still need to do our pre-flight inspection before we can jump in and go. If you notice, I grew some antlers this weekend, so I'm going to be using the TrackIR head tracking system on today's flight. We'll test that out on stream and see if it's something that we can continue to use or not, or if it just messes up my workflow and doesn't let things run as smooth. November 941 Tango, Cessna 182 Turbo. One of the early model G1000. I think this is the one with the first generation G1000 in it, like 2004 year. So it's got first gen G1000. It doesn't have things like synthetic vision, and the autopilot isn't as great as what you'd find in one of the newer ones. It's got the CAP 150 autopilot versus the, I think it's the GFC 500 or 700 that you find in the later model Cessnas. Nonetheless, still IFR capable, still rated for IFR en route. We can still do ILSs, but we can't do non-precision GPS approaches. We can do ILS and we can do LNAV approaches. That's about it. LPVs and all the other ones that have vertical guidance, we cannot do in this airplane. Not with the older avionics, the older G1000 and the older CAP 150 autopilot. All right, before we pre-flight, let's brief this. Hey, Don T, you probably can't hear me, but have a safe drive home. I'll talk to you soon, man. Alright, so today's TPC Flying Thursday featuring Albuquerque, Alpha Bravo, Quebec. So we're all going to be meeting up there tonight. The event starts at 8 p.m. We're getting started a little bit earlier because we're going to be arriving. Oh no, wait a minute. Time on target, 7 p.m. Okay, this is mountain time. So yeah. Actually, it'd be, I think mountain time is 2 hours back from where I'm at. So it's about 5 p.m. in Colorado right now. So yeah, perfect. It's going to take us probably about 2 hours to get all the way down to Albuquerque. We're going to be making a couple stops along the way too. So let's brief that. Here's a look at our route on SkyVector. The entire thing, we're starting off up here at Telluride, and we're going to work our way down to Albuquerque down this way. Weather's VFR the entire way. Kind of gusty in the area. Winds, we'll check out the winds at each station now, but it's been gusting pretty hard out here. Other than that, shouldn't be too bad. We've got a moderate turbulence air met up north that we won't be flying into, and there's one down south. So hopefully we have a pretty smooth ride down. Like I said, it might be windy landing at these fields. So starting off here at Telluride, winds are 260, 6 gusting 16. Winds are varying between 230 and 310, 10 statute mile visibility, scattered layer at 12,000, temp 3, minus 13, altimeter 3002. So winds out of the west, we'll be using the west runway, or we'll depart straight out. And we're going to come out here where we can get around these mountains. A lot of these peaks go up to close to 14,000 feet. The Cessna 182 Turbo does have a surface ceiling of 18,000, but we're not going to go that high. We do have oxygen on board as well, in case we do decide to go higher, but we should be okay at around between 10 and 11,000 for this entire trip. So we're going to depart out and go west. We might use the cones VOR, I'm not sure. It's only a couple miles away. I mean, the only reason I'm going out west is so that we can get around all these mountains here. So we'll use that VOR cones and Cortez VOR, and then over here to Durango, which will be our first stop. KDRO, winds over there at 250, 18 gusting 26, 10 statute miles clear, 13 minus 14, altimeter 2997. So yeah, winds gusting pretty hard. 250, so we'll be using this southwest runway. So we'll likely, let's see, right pattern for runway 1, which would be the north runway, so it'd be left. We'll overfly, and then we'll come and join the left, I'm sorry, the right, no, that's wrong. Hold on a second. We're going to be landing south. We're going to want to be on this side. Okay, yeah, so we're going to overfly and join a left downwind for runway, I guess that would be runway 19. Probably do a full stop and taxi back, and then we'll depart out to the southeast. And I think this next leg will be our longest one. Yeah, so the second leg's going to be our longest one. We'll depart out Durango to the southeast, going up to, again, let's say 10.5, 10,500. We'll track this radial outbound out of Durango. Let's see, was that 120? The 130 radial outbound of Durango should get us to where we want to go. Over here, we've got our second stop, Los Alamos, Lima Alpha Mike. And before we go into Los Alamos, I'm going to do one circle around the Valles Caldera, which is a 14-mile in diameter active volcano in New Mexico. So we'll do one circle around the crater, just take a look at it, take in the sights, then we'll land at Los Alamos. We'll do a full stop and taxi back there, and then we'll depart out to the east. That way we can get around restricted 5101, which is from surface up to, I think, 12,000. So we're not going to go over it. Obviously, we're not going to climb up to 12,000 that quick, so we're going to go around it. We'll come out here and join up with the road and the river, and then we'll just follow the river and the road out to the south into Albuquerque. Weather over there at Albuquerque, 250 at Niner, 10 statute miles, few clouds 14, few clouds 25, 18 minus 18, altimeter 2993. Let's see, if we're truing at around 140 knots in the 182T, should take us about an hour and 51 minutes without any stops, but with our 2 stops and taxi backs, you can tag on another 15 minutes. So it should take us about 2 hours and maybe a couple extra minutes to get into Albuquerque, where we'll meet up with the pilot club. So that is the plan. Let's pre-flight this airplane. First thing we can do is go inside. Is there any shortcut to open the door from the outside? I might have to jump in and break the immersion here. Or jump in and open the doors. So I'll do it this way. Jump in. First thing we're going to want to do is go down to our fuel selector and just check each position. Make sure it turns and clicks. And then we'll put it to both. We're going to open up our cowl flaps. It's working our way up. Our trims are all centered. turn on the battery, verify our fuel. Fuel's topped off both sides. Battery's good at 24.4 volts. We need a minimum of 24. And then we'll bring down the flaps for our walk around. Let's make sure they go down both sides. And our lights and our pitot heat will test. So all of our lights are coming on, as well as our pitot heat. Just walk around, make sure all of our lights are working. So rotating beacon up top, I see it flashing up there, the red one on the top of the tail. Got our white nav light on the cone there. Out over here, we've got our strobe working and our green nav. And our landing light is over here in this airplane. That is working, landing and taxi light. And then our nav and strobe on this other side are working. We'll touch our pitot heat, make sure that's warm. Oh, those covers, I forgot to take those off. And we can turn off the battery and our lights and our pitot heat. Beacon can stay on for start. We'll turn off our battery. Static elements will turn off. And the rest we can keep like that. Actually, we'll open all the doors. Our baggage door. Alright, let's test this head tracking thing out. Let's do our walk around. So first thing we want to do is check our baggage door and make sure that's closed and locked. Closed and locked. We'll just run down the side of the airplane here and just look at the general condition of things, high and low. Check our antennas, everything's intact and looks right. Look down below as well. Should be a couple of antennas down here. Everything's still attached and looks right. All the paneling, there's no missing rivets or anything like that. Nothing's hanging off. Take a look at the general condition of our tail, our vertical stabilizer, as well as our horizontal. Everything looks good. I like to do is take both of my hands and grab the horizontal stabilizer, kind of give it a little wobble, just to make sure everything's well attached. I've heard some horror stories where people arrive to their airplane and, you know, the horizontal stabilizer just barely hanging on there. We don't want that happening to us, so we'll just give that thing a nice good shake, make sure it's nice and attached there. Working our way around, our static wicks are looking good, and I can't move the control surfaces in drone view mode, so we'll just have to pretend. We'll move the elevator up and down, we'll check all of our hinges, make sure everything's connected. All the cotter pins and bolts are in there. Back over to the tail, just looking at the general condition. We'll check our rudder as well. We'll move that back and forth, looking at the hinges, making sure all the bolts and cotter pins are in there. Down below, our rudder cables on both sides are both well attached. Static wicks on the rudder look good, as well as our light. Other side, we'll move the elevator up and down, again checking the hinges and the cotter pins, making sure everything's there, and make sure everything has full range of motion, moves up and down. Continuing. On this side, horizontal stabilizer looks good, and our vertical stabilizer looks good. All of our panels and our rivets are all there. We'll check high and low, everything looks good. Our back windshield looks good. Moving on, we can kind of glance at the top there. You can see our two antennas are there, and then our flaps. All I like to do is grab our flaps gently with my two fingers and just kind of just wiggle it a little bit. Should have a little bit of play. They shouldn't be on there very tight. And then, again, checking the hinges up here. Making sure everything's nice and attached. Moving outward, we'll check our aileron. We'll move that up and down and make sure the controls move along with it and that everything is moving in the right direction. If I were to push this aileron up, you should see the yoke turn to the right. If I were to push it down, you should see the yoke inside turn to the left. Continuing out, our tail looks in good condition. Lights are in good condition. Leading edge looks good. Underneath the wing as well, no panels hanging off. All the bolts, nuts and bolts, or screws and bolts are all there. And our strut here is attached to the wing, as well as down here at the fuselage. That looks good. We'll come underneath here. We'll check the condition of the tire, make sure everything looks good. No leaking fluids from the brakes. All that looks good. Then we'll drain our fuel and check that we have the right fuel on board and make sure that there's no contaminants in it. So what you'll use is a little fuel tester. I've got one lying around here somewhere. I'm not going to pull it out though. So we'll drain the fuel, make sure that it's blue, and make sure there's no contaminants, and then we'll dump it back into our fuel tank. So we're going to jump up top here. Looking at the general condition of the airplane up top, everything looks good. Our windshield looks good. Alright, let's check our fuel. We'll open up the cap. Verify with our eyes and our finger that it is full, and we'll dump that fuel that we just drained from the right tank back inside, and then close the cap. Hopping back down. Static port over here, we'll check, make sure that's all clear. No blockages, no nests, no insects in there, anything like that. I don't know where the oil cap is in these newer Cessnas. Is it on this side? Okay, it's on this side. Alright, so we'll get to that. Kind of reversed from what I'm used to in our old 172s. The static port's on the left side and the oil's on this side. Alright, so let's check down here. Cowl flaps, looking inside, nothing inside. Looking at our nose wheel strut, making sure it's got a couple inches there. Looking at our nose wheel, that all looks good. And over here to the front, we'll check inside the cowling, make sure there's no birds or anything hiding out in there. The general condition of our cone and our prop, everything looks good. No huge nicks, no cracks or anything like that. Down below, we've got our intake filter. Make sure that's clear and looks good. Everything looks good up here, up front. We'll continue around. Down below again, the side. Cowl flaps, our exhaust, everything looks good. Nose wheel. I guess there's two static ports in this airplane, so there's another one over here on the left side. I don't know what this... Okay, this is for ground power, this little door here. That's where the GPU would connect if you needed to... If your battery's dead, you need to start off the GPU. So that's closed. We'll make sure that's closed, and we'll jump up top. We'll check the oil. Make sure we would have between... whatever it calls for in the POH. I know the Cessnas I fly, it's usually between 5 and 8 quarts. Of course, there's markings on the dipstick for you to check and look. So we'll close the cap. All that looks good. We'll drain the fuel at the bottom too. Make sure that drains. Close the cap, and then we'll continue. Static port we already checked. Let's jump back up top, up here. And actually, no, before we do that, let's go drain this side. That way we don't have to jump up there twice. Where are the drain ports in this thing? I don't see them. We'll just pretend like they're where they are in my 172. It's right up here, so we'll drain that, check the color for blue, make sure there's no contaminants. Now we'll jump back up top. And we'll check the side visually with our eyes. Tanks are full. And we can dump that fuel back into the tank. And close it. Wing looks good. And back down, continuing. Our strut here is attached to the fuselage and the wing, nice and secure. Light looks, or what is that? I guess that's for our stall horn over here by the windshield. That looks clear. Our pitot static tube Our pitot tube is clear. And okay, no, I think this is the stall. Confused. One of them is probably a stall vent. One's for probably for fuel ventilation, and the fuel drain right here as well. We want to make sure that's clear. All right, leading edge and lights. Wingtip looks good. We'll check this aileron. Hinges, pins and bolts are all there, and then our flaps as well. Everything's there. We'll give it a light shake with our fingers, make sure it had some play, and then our tire, our wheel, and wheel struts look good. All right, pre-flight's done, guys. Let's go. We're ready to fly. Good fixins. What's going on, man? Dixie. Okay, hold on. How does it... Okay, so make sure you make a left turn at ABQ. What's going on, Pixie? Hope everything's well, man. Alright, pre-flight is done. Let's jump inside the airplane. Doors. Pilot. Co-pilot. Alright, these are the doors, so let's do off and off. Alright, we want a pilot and we want a co-pilot. That's a door? God. Shows how little time I've spent in the 182. Okie dokes. All the pre-flight stuff that we've already done. We'll jump down here to our before takeoff checklist. What's going on here? 22T. Okay, engine start check. Passenger briefing. No passengers, it's me and you. You guys are familiar with the airplane, how the doors and the windows work. We have a fire extinguisher between our seats. No talking during taxi and takeoff, and all that good stuff. Charts, plates, logs, diagrams we've got on board. Seat belts secured and fastened. Doors and windows are closed and locked. Fuel selector handle is on both. Circuit breakers, we'll check and make sure those are all in. Rotating beacon is on. Standby battery switch on and arm. So we'll test it first, make sure the green light comes on. Good, we'll arm it. Avionics switch is off, cowl flaps are open. Engine start. So battery and alt is coming on. Our beacon light is on. We're going to prime. So we're going to go mixture full rich, prop full forward. We're going to crack the throttle a ½ inch. And we're going to run our boost pump for a few seconds till we have fuel flow. 1000, 1003. Pumps back off. And we're going to make sure our propeller area is all clear. We're clear left, we're clear right, and we are clear behind. Clear. So goes throttle 1000, oil pressure was coming up in the green. Avionics are coming on. We'll lean our mixture for taxi. And flaps are coming up. At 182 sounds mean. No, I did not, Pixie. I don't think it was on sale in the marketplace this week. I picked this up actually a while back, but I did, no, you're right. I did pick this up on sale from the marketplace, except it was like a year ago. It was a little while back, Pixie. I think this plane is like 30 or 35 bucks. I think I got it for 17 bucks when I had bought it. I did buy the Just Flight Warrior yesterday. What else did I get? I got a few other stuff that nobody really cares about. I got the Just Flight Warrior. I got the Subsonics jet. And I got, there's one more in there that I also bought. I think I bought the Zenith Stole. Those three. Splurged yesterday a little bit. I've yet to fly them. I've been spending my time the past few days here at home flying this thing offline, just getting acquainted, because I don't have too much time with it. And I've been liking the 182, man. I don't know. Some people don't like it. I like it. I think it's a great airplane. Anyways, let's see, back to our checklist. Oil pressure, mixtures lean for taxi. Before taxi checklist, avionics are on, flaps are up. Standby battery switch is on, comm, nav, radios, and ATIS. Let's go to 122.8. Altimeters. I hope I don't get you guys sick with this TrackIR thing. Panning the views all around. Alright, so altimeter here at Telluride, 3001. 3001 down here as well, 3001. Transponder 1200 in mode Charlie. Interior exterior lights and radio calls. Taxi check, we'll test our brakes and our turn instruments on our way out of here. Alright, let's tune in the Cortez VOR. That's gonna get us out and around these mountains and then into KDRO. ETL cones is only 15, 16 miles away, so I'm not going to tune that one. I'm just going to wait till we're clear of the mountains and then we'll fly direct to Cortez. 108.4. It's already ID'd there on the G1000. Charlie Echo Zulu. We'll switch our CDI over to VOR mode. And then over here we'll put in KDRO and our GPS. So we'll do direct to. Durango County, enter and activate. Alrighty. We're pretty much ready to go. We've got Cortez in there. Winds are out of the west, so we're going to depart runway. Runway 27, so it'll be a short taxi. We'll take Alpha to Alpha 4, short of 27. We'll do our run up there at Alpha 4, and then we'll depart straight out 27. And then as soon as we're clear of the mountains out west, we'll make that left turn down to Cortez. I'm going to put in 10.5 for our cruise altitude. 10.5 in the cap 150. I think we're all set to go. We've got our VOR in there. We've got our destination, our GPS. Radios are all done. Transponder. Alright, I'm on the brakes. Parking brake released. We're clear left. We are clear right. Ooh. Whoa, hold on a second. Rudder's way too sensitive. Alright, let's try that again. Clear left. Clear right. Ooh, still sensitive. Holy crap. Alright, I'll roll with it. Might need to adjust my seat here too. Let's do a brake check. Brakes are working. Clear right. Clear left. Car 122.8. Telluride traffic. Skylane 941 Tango's taxiing to runway 27 on Alpha Telluride. Alright, turn instruments, everything's spinning to the left. Everything's spinning to the right. Oh my, I don't think I can, hold on a second. I've got to, I gotta fix this rudder issue. I don't know why it's so sensitive today. Wasn't like that yesterday. And really? Still that sensitive? Let's crank this down to, let's try 65. I don't like adding these huge curves, because then once you get past the curve, and it spikes, it does weird things. I shouldn't have to turn it down this low, though. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it has like no effect. It's like feels exactly the same. Taking a look at the windsock there. Winds are coming from our back and from our right, so I'm going to push our elevator forward and turn our ailerons to our left away from the wind. I'm not going to be able to swing her all the way around into the wind, but we'll do the best we can. Alright, that works. Let's do our run up. We're going to go mixture. Alright, fuel selectors on both. Mixture's coming in full rich. We're going to throttle up to 17 or 1800 RPM. cycle the prop. First time dropping RPM. Second time dropping oil pressure. And third time, no oil in the windshield. We'll test our alternator. And we'll test our magnetos. Looking for the drop in RPM, left side. That's a good drop and smooth, back to both. Other side. Good drop and smooth, back to both. Engine parameters are on the green. And we'll do an idle check. So we're at 9,000 feet too, so we're going to do a full power static run up as well so that we can set our mixture for takeoff. Because at full rich at 9,000 we won't be making best power, probably half the power that the engine can generate. So we're going to have to, I'm on the brakes, we're going to throttle up to full power. And now I'm going to lean the mix out until we show actual best power. Actually, that's pretty good there. I'm just going to keep pulling it back till it drops. Oh shit, we are moving. I'm on the brakes too. Alright, there's the drop and coming back in some. Right about there. Alright, flaps are up for takeoff and trim is set. Let's go back to our checklist. Good fixins. I only have the arrow and the turbo arrow, and they're really nice. The Warrior seems to be the same. For MS, FS anyhow. What's up, Compilation Kid? Welcome, welcome. Alright, engine run up, brakes, flight instruments. Okay, we gotta test our, I usually always forget this. Our flight controls, aileron left and right, elevator up and down, rudder left and right. Flight controls are free and correct. Totalizer I'm not gonna use. Fuel selectors on both, flight controls free and correct, elevator trim set for takeoff. Engine parameters, magnetos, alternator, annunciator lights, no warnings. Friction lock is set, common flight plan, transponders set, exterior lights. We're gonna get all of those on. Wing flap set for takeoff, brakes and radio call. Climb, VY is 83, we'll climb out at 85 just to make it easy. We're going to be rotating at 65, climbing out at 85. And once we're at a safe altitude, we'll cruise climb it at 90. If we lose an engine on the runway, we'll brake, stop, and vacate. Anything below 1,000, we're going to land straight ahead, most likely the road that leads out west. And if we're above 1,000, we'll make a turn back for Telluride. Okay, we ready? Everybody strapped in? Mixture's gonna stay where it's at. Yeah, we're all set. Alright, let's go. See if I can keep her on the center line with this twitchy rudder. Telluride traffic, Skylane 941. Tango is gonna be taking off runway 27 straight out, going up to 10,500 Telluride. Final approach path is clear. And we are clear down the runway. Okay, I see 27, 270, and 270. Alright, here we go. A little bit of left aileron for crosswind correction, heels to the floor, full power. Power set, engine's green, airspeed's alive. .65, rotate. And mash on the brakes. Alright, 85 knots. Coming up on 10.5, we'll start leveling. Is that going to be enough to get us out of here? See what it looks like. 100 feet to go. Yeah, we'll stay at 10.5. Power's going to come back. 28 inches. Actually, we'll pull it back. Let's pull it back to 26 and 2300 RPM. Should probably go a little bit higher, but I think I'm just going to stay at 10.5. Telluride traffic, Skylane 941 Tango on departure leg, runway 27. About 2 miles west, leaving the area out to the west, 10,500 last call, Telluride. Try this autopilot, let's sync our heading. We've got our altitude set to 10.5. We can arm that. Arm our heading and AP. Climb check VY, flaps are up, prop 2400, and turbulent temps are in the green. Cruise check, throttle set, prop is set, make sure, we'll keep it where it's at. Cowl flaps, we can close those. So we'll pull the mix back, just another hair, right about there. Alright, as soon as we're able to fly direct to Cortez, we can do that. Let's spin our course knob and see what it looks like. straight out left. Yeah, we're not going to get up over that, so we'll continue out west a little bit, work our way around. We're clear left. Let's fly heading, let's try 245 for now. Skimming the mountain, good thing your turbo says good, Vixens. Yes, sir. Ah, the 182. So lone cone's the one that we're trying to get around the mountain. Lone cone peaking at 12.6 there on our left, at our left. That's that big guy right there. So once we get around him, we should be clear. Direct to Cortez. Redbox, is this the Carenado plane? Yes, you got it right, Redbox. It's the Carenado 182T. Thinking we can shoot that gap right there where the road goes through. Let's try that. We're clear left. I've got the needles lined up. I'm going to go into nav mode on the autopilot. Wait, where's it going? Okay, it's because of the winds. We got a 20 knot wind from the right. Blurry Pixel, what's going on, man? I've flown into Albuquerque several times for work. Was always a bit bumpy coming over the mountains near landing. Yes. That's usually how it is, Blurry. Nice views, though? Yes. Yo, Rob. Fixie Pro Pilot. Alright, we should be able to go direct to Dro now. Let's try it. Let's go back to, let's sync our heading. We'll go back into heading mode. And we're going to switch our CDI back over to GPS. We'll repaint our line again. And back into nav mode. We're clear left. Oh, good fixins. Needles are lined up. Turns hard right when you switch on. Oh man, every time it must fuss. Needles lined up. Right 360. What? Alright, 10 minutes until the Pilot Club briefing. Remembering so far, I always forget. Sure enough, in 10 minutes I'll forget again, and I'll miss it. This is real pretty though out front. The lake there on our right. Oh, so this thing does have synthetic vision. I thought it didn't. Alright, we're 47 miles out. We're doing 153 knots over the ground. ETE, about 18 and a half minutes. into Durango. Oh, we're definitely not going to get over this stuff. 11. I made that turn way too soon. We're going to have to snake back out. Oh yeah, there's some more peaks here at 12, 13. Alright, let's fly south. I was wrong in making that turn to the left. We should have flew all the way out to Cortez and then made our left turn. Hey, glad you made it, Don. You gotta take the kids to practice a few minutes? Awesome. Alright, this meter's an hour and 2 minutes old, so it should be updated any minute now. Alright, let's go see what the Pilot Club is up to.
Yeah, see me in my office, Bill.
Paul did it, not me. I'm trying to figure out why my plane is idling so high right now.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Michael, long time no see.
What's up?
I don't.
You only gotta go 252 miles.
So when we depart out of here, we're gonna park in the port. Get out of this valley and we'll talk about the stuff on the right.
You want saw that Fork River.
I'm not sure where all these guys are flying from. Okay, we'll find out now. Alright, they're flying out of Aspen, okay.
That's a fun one.
See how that's by Rich?
Well, there aren't really that many controllers available out
Don, the next weekend is the last cheer competition of the season. We'll be in
there.
Vegas. Ooh, nice, Don. Good luck to the kiddos. Blurry Pixel, you ever head north and check out that little landing strip on the plateau at Los Alamos? Nope, I haven't. I don't know if I've ever flown this area. I don't think I've ever flown in or out of Telluride. Blurry Pixel. But we're going to be flying down to Los Alamos. It's part of our plans today. So after Durango, we'll be going down here to Los Alamos. So we're going to do a circle around the Valles Caldera, the 14-mile diameter active volcano. So we're going to do one circle there, and then we're going to land there at Los Alamos. Then after that, we'll head into Albuquerque for the fly-in.
It's like, I don't see a blue line.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to top that.
Take that valley to your right. That top of that mountain's only 12, 8.
Alright, how are we doing everything over here? Everything's in the green, everything looks good.
That's where I was gonna fly out of this evening, but then I decided to fly out of Monument Mountain.
I'll be right back.
Alright guys, we're ready for the briefing?
Yay, briefing.
Yay! Alright, we'll do a quick one. Welcome, gentlemen, to Flying Thursday. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you. So, today we're flying to Albuquerque. As always, our Flying Thursdays is brought to you by Sky Blue Radio. Let's see here. As you file your flight plans, please don't forget to put operated by thepilotclub.org in your flight plan remarks. Also, if you're not speaking in Discord here, mute yourselves or use push to talk or push to mute, whatever method you're using. All pilots flying this flight will get 250 TPC points. If you're flying TPC call sign, you'll get 500 TPC points. And the points are explained in the SOP.
Alright, another minute or two here, we'll make that left turn and fly direct to KDRO.
Something we've been practicing here in the club is sterile flight deck below 10,000. So if you guys want to do that, we encourage that, meaning you concentrate on flying the airplane, navigating the airplane, and communicating with ATC below 10,000.
Good Fixin' says Sedona is a neat place to fly into. I've flown into Sedona a couple times on stream. Sedona's fun.
Chat here in Discord and whatnot. We're flying on VATSIM today as always, so please be professional. All VATSIM rules apply. Try not to step on each other as much as you can. If you need to step away, request it. Let's see what else. I think that's about it for the admin portion of it. As far as club stuff, of course,
Hey, Easter! Easter's also my birthday this year.
So I celebrated, and then 15 or 17 Zulu flight that was supposed to take place on Saturday is going to be pushed back a week, so it's going to take place next Saturday, the 23rd, actually. And then Sunday, Monday, we'll bring up that and pick it up next Sunday. Alright, that's all I got as far as flight stuff goes. Let's go over our destination today. So, Albuquerque, we're flying into...
Alright, let's fly direct to KDRO now.
Sunport Airport. It does have...
We're clear left.
One is very short though. And the winds favor runway 21 currently. That runway has 10,000 feet. There's also a runway that goes east to west. That's 268. That runway is almost 14,000 feet. The weather in Albuquerque currently winds are 160 at 7. Visibility is 10. Clouds are scattered at 16,000 at 25,000. Temperature is 19 Celsius. Dew point is minus 17 Celsius, and altimeter is 2988. Since we're all going to be coming in on different arrivals, I'm not going to brief any of those. Just stay sharp and enjoy the flight. Have a good time. Any questions for me?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Are there any airports that I'm going to be flying over, like the Van Hughes?
Van Nuys. No, I think you're okay with this.
Oh, Dick Van Dyke? Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yep, not to my knowledge. All right,
No
guys.
Van Morrison either.
Yeah. And I think Lucas is buying drinks for everybody this time.
Alright, this meter is 11 minutes old. It's just been updated. Winds are 250, 17 gusting 24, 10 statute miles, sky clear, temp 13, dew point minus 13, altimeter
Yep,
2994.
and I don't see ATC coming on. I hope they didn't get the time messed up.
2994. Down here as well, 2994.
8 Eastern, but we shall see.
So yeah, we'll stick to the original plan. We'll
Arrival time 9 to 10, right?
fly. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I
No.
was just hoping that normally they staff about an hour before the arrival window.
Why am I so confused? I thought KDRO had a runway 1.
ATC en route, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, I was looking at the wrong information. I was looking at Animus. I saw right pattern for runway 1. Oops. My mistake. Alright, so it's left pattern for both runways. My bad. Winds 250, so I guess we'll be using runway 21. So yeah, we're going to overfly and join the left downwind for 21.
Bumpy as hell up, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm climbing a little bit more. Try to get above these mountains.
It's bumpy at 370.
Got 9,200 feet of runway, 150 feet wide, asphalt approved, good condition,
Trying to go ahead
lights.
and get up to 15.
Nah, I'm doing 17.5. I'm at 15.5 now.
Field elevation there at Durango is 6,700. 6,700.
Sweet.
If you're in.
So we'll, let's see, 10.5, right, no, 6,700 plus 1,000. Actually, let's add 1,500 since we're overflying. We'll overfly at around 82, 8,500. And then drop down to 7,700 for pattern altitude. So 82 will be our initial altitude. So I'm gonna bug that in, 8,200. 8,200 down here in the Cap 150. But we're not gonna start descending just yet. Oh, I think, okay, hold on a second. Oh, good fixins. Hey, happy birthday to your son, Fixie. April 17th? No way. No way. I don't think I've ever met another person in person or online that's had my same exact birthday. I've had a friend that has a birthday on April 18th, the day after. Never met you or talked to anybody else with a birthday on the 17th. That's awesome, Pixie. Awesome, man. Aw, 5, nice, man. My daughter will be 7 in May. She turned 7 May 5th. That's awesome, man. He must be pretty excited that his birthday falls on Easter this year. All right, we are.
Nice. I got a 60 knot tailwind. I'm doing
3 miles out.
516 across the ground.
Wow, we're doing 165 knots over the ground. That's pretty good.
Oh, we got a 37 cross.
About 8 minutes out.
I got a 94 knot tailwind. Doing 500.
But look at that moon. Skylark, what's going on, man? Welcome. Skylark62. Good to see you, man. Oh, Fixie's been sick today though, so hopefully it feels better by Sunday. Hopefully, man. Sending positive vibes his way. I hope he gets better before Sunday. Alright, 16 miles out now. We'll make our first call. We're 10 miles out. We're on 122.8. Oh, look at that. This thing is actually working today. Thanks, Compilation Kit, for testing. I think you got to put predict negative 56 or minus sign hyphen whatever hyphen 56 with no brackets. wonder if I can change those commands and just make it simpler. Instead of putting in predict, just putting in the number. Yeah, it should be something like that. How you just did it on that last one. I don't know if it'll let you know that it registered or not. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it since it's working. It probably picked you up though, compilation kid, with that last one. Alright, we are 10 miles west, 10.5, we're going to overfly at 82, and join the left downwind for runway 21, 22.8, Durango traffic, Skylane, November 941 Tangos, 10 miles west of the field, 10,500, going to be descending down to 8,200, overflying the field to join a left downwind for runway 21, full stop, Durango. Alright, let's drop down to 82. I think I've got the field in sight. I believe it's this right here where my cursor is, that brown strip going left to right. We've got 8200 bugged in there. Let's go into, I think this thing only has VS mode. $8,200, so we arm it. Yeah, then it goes into VS, and then we can choose what we want. Let's do, I don't know, 600, 700. We'll bring in the mixture some. And I'm gonna keep the power, we'll pull the power just a little bit. Yeah, that's gotta be the field there at our 12 o'clock. Alright, no descent checklist, just a before landing check, which is pretty much just gumps, something we do all the time in this channel. Gas, undercarriage, mixed prop, seatbelt switches, flaps. So gas is on both, undercarriage is down and welded, mixture we're going to keep where it's at, prop is coming in full forward. Mixed prop, seatbelts are fastened, switches, all of our lights are on, and flaps to go. Durango traffic, Skylane 941 Tango's a mile and a half west of the field, going to be overflying at 8,200 to join a left downwind for 21, full stop, Durango. The field down there. The runway, this is runway 21, so we're going to fly out this way, we're going to join the downwind and then come back and land runway 21. Alright, I'm going to disengage the autopilot, my airplane. We're going to go out a little bit and we'll do the teardrop entry. So we're still kind of high. That's really not good practice to join straight into the downwind. You should fly out a little bit and come back and join on the 45. So that's what we're going to do. There's the field. Durango traffic, Skylane 41 Tango's over midfield. Going to be flying out a couple miles to the east and making a right teardrop into a left downwind entry to the, or left downwind for runway 21, full stop Durango. That was a weird call. Alright, let's bug in 7,700 for pattern altitude. Alrighty, we are clear out right. I'd like to land the 182 at 70 knots. That's what we'll be aiming for on final. Alright, 7,700, bring in a little bit of power, level off. Below 110, flaps 10. Durango traffic, Skylane 941 Tango's on the 45 to join a left downwind for runway 21, full stop Durango. Field is right here. Checking the pattern, making sure there's no other airplanes in the pattern, not talking on the radio. Durango traffic, Skylane 941 Tango, left midfield downwind, runway 21, full stop, Durango. Alright, white arc flaps. But you know what, we'll wait till we turn base to do that. Okay, flaps 20. Start turning base. We are clear left. Durango traffic, Skylane 41 Tango, turning left base 21, full stop Durango. Final approach path is clear. Turning final. Durango traffic, Skylane 41 Tango, turning final 21, full stop, Durango. Rest of those flaps. One last gumps check. Gas, undercarriage, mix, prop, seatbelt, switches, flaps. Mix, I'm going to keep where it's at. We're at 6,700 feet. Field elevation, getting slow. Nose down, power. Let's keep it at 70. I can feel that crosswind from the right. As soon as I get back on the center line here, I'm gonna dip that right wing and throw in some opposite rudder. Ooh, that twitchy rudder. Forgot about that. Speed, nose down. Oh, that was really flat. Okay, that was terrible. We'll make this first one. I forget the 182 is sitting on the ground is a couple degrees nose up. So you gotta exaggerate with that flare. That was very flat and ugly. I think I might even touch down on the nose wheel first, which is very bad, very, very bad. Something you don't want to do. Ugh. We'll have to do better on the next one. Alright, we are clear left, clear right. Just taxi back. Durango traffic, Skylane 41 Tango's clear of 21, taxiing back to runway 21 on the taxiway Durango. Alright, flaps up. Lean the mix out. Lights we'll keep them on. We'll reset our trim for takeoff. I also should have opened our cowls. We need a better checklist. Wow, that was terrible. Did it give me a landing rate? Holy crap. My poor nose wheel, man. Alright, let's set up for our next leg. Alright, so now we're doing KDRO. Whoa, we're moving. Alright, KDRO to was it Lima Alpha Mike, Los Alamos. Los Alamos, enter and activate. This is our longest leg of the day, 105 nautical miles, and just like we briefed, we're not going to the airport first, we're going to overfly the volcano. So, to get there, to this point here, to the Valles Caldera, we're going to be flying to this green dot, so we're going to want to fly it's like a 131 radial outbound, the Durango VOR. That's on 116.55. .55. DRO identified there. What was that radial? 131 outbound. Um, 131 outbound. And that should get us there. Right around 89 DME is when we should be over the volcano. Alright, we've got our VOR in there. We've got KLAM and our GPS. I think we're all set. Flaps are up for takeoff. Trim is set for takeoff. Cowls are open. We've got all of our lights on. We're ready to go. Alright, so we'll take off runway 21. This will be a left turn out to the southeast. We're going to go up again to 10.5 for this leg as well. Once we get over the volcano, we may have to go a bit higher. There's a peak there at 12, which will probably be circling. We might be okay at 10.5. We'll stick with that. If we have to climb, we have to climb, no worries. Alright, everybody strapped in. On the brakes. Parking brakes getting released. Mixture is going to come in some, maybe about right there. Durango traffic, Skylane 941 Tegos, taking off runway 21, left turn out to the southeast, going up to 10,500 Durango. Hey, Gumps F, good fixins? Yeah. I kind of include, well, I always say flaps at the end, but switches also should usually include flaps. So it's gas undercarriage, mixture, propeller, switches is kind of like lights and flaps. I just throw in flaps at the end because it's easier to remember. Gumps. Yes, VATSIM tonight compilation kit. We are in VATSIM, but we're not. There's nobody around us. Let me make sure that I am connected on vPilot. Pretty sure we are though. Yeah, we are. It's just quiet. Once we get into Albuquerque, that's when we're gonna start hearing a bunch of people. Alright, clear left, and we're clear right down the runway. Rotating at 70, climbing out at 85. If we lose an engine on the runway, we'll stop and vacate. Anything below 1,000, we'll land straight ahead. Above 1,000, returning back for Durango. I see 2-1. (210) and 210. Heels to the floor, full power. Engine's green, airspeed's alive. Rotate. Positive rate, mash on the brakes. Clear left. Oh, we'll cruise climb it now at 90 knots. We're going to turn back and intercept that 131 radial. And power's going to come back for our climb, about 28 inches and 2,400 RPM. So now we're just waiting for the green line to come in to intercept. There it goes. We're clear right. .500 feet to go, leveling off at 10.5. $100 to go. AP, and let's go into nav mode. We can close the cowls. Durango traffic, Skylane 941 Tango is 5 miles southeast of the field at 10,500, leaving the area out to the southeast. Last call at Durango. Alright, power, let's do 26 inches and 2,300 RPM. And leaning the mixture. I don't think this thing has a working engine page, does it? No, no lean page. So I'm just going to pull the mixture back till I see a drop in RPM and then bring it back in a few turns. There it is. Right about there. Wait, where's this thing going? It didn't stop at 10.5. It's still climbing at 200 feet per minute. So we want to VS it back down to 10.5. See if it captures this time. Yep. Good, good, good. Temps and pressures, everything's in the green. We're 92.8 miles out, 155 knots over the ground. We should be at Los Alamos in about 36 minutes. Gumps. Here's the weather at Los Alamos. Winds 230 at 10 knots, 10 statute miles, scattered at 11,000, temp 14, dew point -16, altimeter 2995. We'll use runway 27, and it's going to be right traffic for runway 27. And wait, is it right traffic for both runways? I'm assuming to be left traffic for runway 9 because they don't want you in the restricted here. It goes from the surface up to 12,000. I see RP here on the chart, but it doesn't specify a runway, so I'm wondering if it's both right pattern, both runways. Let's see. No, right traffic only for 27. And that's the runway that we're going to be landing on. So after we do our circle over the volcano, we'll just join straight into the right downwind for runway 27. So it'll look something like this. Let's see, we'll come in. We'll do one full circle. And then we'll come out this way and then join the left downwind for 27. Like that. And that 182 looks sexy. She looks so good. Why am I so dark? SR22 is sexier, says Redbox. I agree with you there, 100%. You know, you can actually put those ballistic chutes in these 182s now. So you can actually get these 182s with parachutes or get them put in, which is kind of cool. What is this XTK 3 miles? Anybody know what that is? Oh, okay, I think I know what that is. I think we're... I want to say that's the cross track of our GPS route, so 4 miles back we'd be on the pink line. Maybe not, that might not be what that is. That's a wild guess. I'm probably totally wrong on that. No, that'd be much further than 3 miles. So no, that doesn't make sense. We'll have to look that one up later. It's kind of true, Redbox. I don't disagree with them on that one. It's definitely shouldn't be used as like a get out of jail free card. It's not something that you should pull right away. If you can land without opening the chute, then that'd be the best way to go. Now, if you're not in gliding range to any fields nearby and you can't land off field or anything like that, then, you know, you have to pull it, but should be used as a very, 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 very last resort. And if you just pull that thing right away, you don't know where that airplane's gonna land. You might land on somebody down below. So if you can put the airplane where you want it, you're better off doing that. It's comforting to have one though, just knowing it's there in case you ever do really need it. Or say you're flying with passengers that don't know how to fly airplanes and you die of a heart attack or something. Dub Aviator, thanks for that, man. Cross-track error. It means you're 3 miles right or left of course. Hey, appreciate it, man. That's kind of what I was explaining, but I thought it was where we passed it way back then. So, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thanks, Dub Aviator. Cross-track error. If we repaint the new line, it should disappear, but then it should come back up again once we deviate, because we're not going direct to the airport at the moment. There it goes, it disappears. In a couple miles, it'll probably come back up since we're heading off track. Alright, so once we're 89 miles out of Durango VOR, we should be just about over the volcano. Let's get our DME information up here. If I remember how to do that. PFD op, DME, there we go. So we're at 40 out now. Once this shows 89 miles, should be above the volcano. Turbo 182, yes, affirm, Dub Aviator. This is the Carenado 182T. First time flying it on stream, I believe, and maybe my second or third time actually flying it. I've owned it for at least a year now. Haven't put any time on it. The first time I loaded it up, I was not impressed with the sounds, and I kind of didn't like it. I also didn't like the view out of the front of the 182, you're kind of sitting kind of low, and then if you move the seat up and you look to the left, you got to kind of duck down to look, see underneath the wing or underneath the window. I always kind of found that to be a pain. Now that we've got head tracking, I think it's going to work a little bit better. I think the sounds have improved too. Sounds really good in external view. Inside, eh. Yikes, that landing rate on that first landing was -228. Ugh. Not my best of work. Yeah, I thought we'd had full ATC into Albuquerque, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Looks like only towers online, which is alright. Hey, Hudson A08. San Francisco to Albuquerque in a TBM 9, nice. Dub Aviator, did you go see the Textron booth at Son of Fun? Yes. Trying to think, did they have a 182 there? I know they had a 206. They had a Bonanza. Was it a 182 that I saw, or was it a 172? It might have been a 182. It might have been a 182. They had one in like, it was a brand new 2022, but it was wearing like this retro 1950s paint job with a mustard yellow and like brown. It looked really good actually. I like that retro look. And then it had the old Cessna font on the side. That was really cool. I think it was a 182. What else did they have? 206 Bonanza. They had a Baron. Like I said, it was either a 182 or 172. They had the Beach Denali mock-up thing there, which was closed when I got to it, so I couldn't go inside. Anything else? I'd say out of all the booths that I saw out there and the manufacturers with their brand new airplanes on display, I'd say I was most, I don't know if I'll say I was most impressed. Maybe I was caught off guard because I haven't really followed Tecnam too much. Tecnam has a lot of nice airplanes that I'm not very aware of. And I know they're light sport, but still, they're really nice, man. Cheap. They could be had for, well, cheaper. I don't want to say cheap. But much cheaper than buying a brand new Cessna. I like the Tecnams. All the Cub Crafters, X-Cubs I like. Yeah, I'd say I was most impressed with the Cub Crafters and the Tecnams last weekend. Which Cub Crafters I've always liked, so that wasn't a surprise or anything. But the Tecnams I found to be surprisingly very nice. And then that new airplane smell, man. Jeez. I want one. Yeah, Mindy Schmindy. I think she's called on that's her name on Instagram. Yeah, I know who she is. I did not see her there. I don't know if she was there or not. I didn't see her. Of all the famous people I saw Josh Flowers from Aviation 101. I saw him at the Flying Eyes booth. But there was a long line of people waiting to say hi to him, so I didn't stop and bug him. I also saw Steve-O-1 Canevo walking around as well. I didn't say hi to him. He's much skinnier in real life than he appears in the videos. That's one thing I noticed. I think Josh Flowers too is a little bit lankier than how he looks in the videos. Saw those two guys. I feel like there was one more. Might have been it. Josh Flowers, Aviation 101, and Steve-O-1 Canevo. I did not see Mindy, the cute blonde, flies for Textron. I watched one of her videos today. Actually, I think it was one of Steve-O's videos with her flying him in a brand new 182. Which I've seen the video before, but since I was flying the 182 today, I kind of want to just... I like to watch real-life videos and kind of re-familiarize myself with the airplane through real-life videos. So what's going on with this mountain in front of us? We're not going to be able to get over that. I guess this is the San Pedro Mountains coming up. So we can go right or left. Let's go left. We'll creep around. We'll do this. Oops. We'll come out this way and then down. Clear left. She left on Thursday, okay. Yeah, I was there Saturday and Sunday. I was there all day Saturday, and Sunday I was there morning to about 1 p.m. or so, maybe 2 p.m. Mindy and her husband recently started their own video series on YouTube in their own 182. It's really good. I'm gonna check it out. I think I might have seen one or two of her videos in the 182. I'll definitely be checking that out after the stream, Dub Aviator. I know they have a house on a strip, I think in Georgia somewhere. Pretty cool. I do like that 182. Old one. Really nice. I'll probably binge watch those videos tonight. Alright, clear right. Alright, we lost signal from the Durango VOR, so that's about as far as it got us. So now we can just kind of eyeball it. A crater, or the volcano, should be just on the other side of these mountains. And then the field not too much further after that. Alright, let's go sterile cockpit for the rest of this. Yes, love the chrome finish on I agree, W. I love that look. Super retro, very... It looks like an antique, but it's still so nice and shiny. Let me see if I can find the 182 that I saw there at Textron, the Textron booth. Okay, I think it was the Astro. Let me see, Astro. Let's try 2022 Cessna 182 mustard. I'm just gonna put yellow. I've got video of it. Hold on a second, let me do that. Let me see if I can find... Where is it? Alright, yeah, here we go. Okay, hold on, let me focus on flying as well. Alright, we're clear of those mountains. Alright, let's see what heading should get us over the crater. Let's fly a heading of, looks like 155-ish. Clear right. November 261 Charlie Sierra. Let's see. This is the Textron section over there at Sun and Fun. Of course, the Bonanza. Back here's the one that I'm talking about. I think it's a 182. And I will put together a video to upload on YouTube. This is just the raw footage. Yeah, they had the Bonanza, they had the 182, they had a 206. Yeah, that mustard yellow and black Cessna back there. Really like that airplane. I like it better than the new paint jobs. Ah, Skylane 182. Love this airplane. Dang. It's got the old Cessna lettering. That mustard yellow. Yep, 261 Charlie Sierra. You're right, Dub. They got a Caravan back there. There's the Denali. There's the Baron. Alright, about another 7 miles or so, we'll be over the volcano. I see TPC 90901. Cody on the scopes here. Retro always comes back in style, says Dove. Yep. Candy shop for pilots? Oh yeah, it was, man. I wish I was there actually shopping for a brand new airplane. I think this is it on the other side of this hill. We'll do one circle counterclockwise and then we'll go join the right down for runway 27 there at Los Alamos. I think this entire circle is it. I think there's a mountain in the middle of it. But this whole thing here from where my cursor is running around this way. And then around all of this is the volcano underneath here. Supposedly the geologists, I think it's geologists, say it's still active. It hasn't erupted in like 40 million years or something like that. Do one circle. Yeah, this is it. This whole entire thing can explode one day. So it's due to erupt, then says Dub. I see buildings down here. These people are crazy. Living on top of a volcano. if I remove my little marker here, you can see the shape of the volcano. Sort of. So, yeah, kind of where I drew it makes kind of a circle like this. There's a road that goes all the way around it. We're not going to go all the way around. We're going to go halfway or 3/4 of the way through, and then we'll join that downwind at Los Alamos. Yeah, there's even like a little town down there. This is an active volcano. Kind of hard to believe. Compilation kid. Bro Hype, good evening, man. I am doing well. Had lots of fun at Sun and Fun last weekend, and been just catching up on life the last few days. I've not been streaming. This is my first stream back from our trip. And of course we've got Easter and my birthday coming up this coming weekend, so the trend continues. Lots of partying this month. I think what I'm going to do is just cut over the middle of it here through the mountains and then out the other side. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Might be able to go straight and then get out over here. Where is that going to put us? No, it's going to put us near the restricted, and we got to keep coming left some. Even still, though, we should be able to go on the outside of this hill here and then make that left turn and stay outside of the restricted. Something like this, and then over here to join the downwind. Hey, thanks for hype. How old? 24. Just kidding. 36 for hype. Notice the shirt food of us must have been good. Yes, Row Hype. Alright, now this is starting to look more like the inside of a volcano. People live here. Crazy. Oh good, it shows the restricted here on the G1000. So this is the airspace that we want to avoid. We're going to come out this way to join the downwind. We're clear left. Might be too much too soon. All right, fuel elevation there at Los Alamos is 7,200. So we'll go down to 82. Alright, we're on 122.8. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 941 Tango is about 5 miles southwest of the field. 10,500 going to be descending down to 8,200 and joining the right downwind for runway 21 for a full stop. Correction, runway 27 for a full stop, Los Alamos.
Nearby restricted airspace.
I know, I know. There's the field where my cursor is. I'll disengage the autopilot and take over. Let's get down to 8,200. Mixture's going to come in some. And reducing power. Open up the cowls. And we've got all of our lights on. Since I'm still kind of high, I'm going to go out a little bit north and then come back and join the 45. Give us some room to descend. We're not descending on top of people in the traffic pattern. It's something you don't want to do for obvious reasons. Alright, seat backs, seat belts, fuel selectors on both. Clear right. Not exactly a 45, more like a 90. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango's 2 miles north of the field, going to be joining a right downwind for runway 27 full stop. Los Alamos. And then our before landing checklist will just be a GUMPS check. Field to right here where my cursor is, left to right. See the rotating beacon light there? Green and white flashing. I don't see anybody else in the traffic pattern, and I don't hear anybody. We're clear left. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango's on a right, midfield downwind, 27 full stop, Los Alamos. Alright, below 110 flaps 10. It is pretty out here. Okay, we are clear right. Turning base. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango, turning right base, 27 full stop, Los Alamos. Flaps 20. Alright, checking our final, making sure it's clear. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango's turning final, runway 27 full stop, Los Alamos.
Nearby restricted airspace.
Overshot a little bit. Getting kind of low too, bringing some power. Lots of power. Alright, Gumps, gas, undercarriage mix, prop, seatbelt, switches. Last notch of flaps coming in. And looking for about 70 knots here on final. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango, short final, 27 full stop, Los Alamos. See if I can do better in this one than we did on the last one. I did not like the last one at all. Nose up. Nose up. Alright, yes, much better. Much better than the last one. Take it. Alright, I think we're just going to turn around and back taxi. Yeah, we're going to do that. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango is back taxiing runway 27 Los Alamos. Alright, flaps back up. Mixture, we'll put about right there for takeoff. So we are at altitude. Cowl flaps are open, reset our trim, and lights are going to stay on. There's nowhere to turn off up here. I'm going to turn off out in the grass. I'm going to go take a leak in the bushes. I'll be right back. See which side should I turn off. Let's do left side. Alright, I'll be right back, chat. Alright, let me catch up in the chat here. I know I missed a bunch. No way would have bought the 24. 36 Bravo to you. I appreciate it, Rohype. I do get that I look younger than my actual age, which is good. I love that. Hope it stays that way. What volcano are you looking at? It was the Valles Caldera. This one here. Just west of Los Alamos. Yeah, in New Mexico. 14 miles in diameter. And the geologists say it's still active, although it has not erupted for 40 million years. And people live on that thing. Alright, last leg of the day. Into Albuquerque. And we're running out of daylight, as usual. So we're going to want to avoid this restricted stuff, so we're going to depart out. We're going to do a right downwind departure out to the east. We'll join up with the road and the river and follow that down. So something like this. And we'll come down. And then follow the road all the way down into Alamo. Or into Alamo. Into Albuquerque. See what the weather is looking like over there. Winds 160 at 8, 10 statute miles, scattered 16, scattered at 25, 19, minus 16, altimeter 2988. You got your tracker on? First time I've seen it? Yes, Rohype. This is the one that I ordered from China that I was talking about a few streams ago. It took a couple weeks to get here. So I've had this tracker thing for a good probably 20 years now. It's an older one. But the sensor thing that you attach to your hat wasn't working for a long time. So I ordered this one that actually has lights on it. I guess infrared lights. I don't know exactly how it works. But yeah, now it's working again, so I'm pretty happy, and we're testing it out on today's stream. We'll see if we can keep using it, or if it just gets in the way of things. I mean, things have been pretty good so far, I feel. Be a serious pilot and just barge into the traffic pattern, says Dub. I think I can see John Wayne on a horse. Rohype was going to ask if the tracker help avoiding overshoot on final, but you just answered that, didn't you? It's got to get used to it. I think it should help. I'm just not used to it. I think I got to play with the settings some too. It's kind of sensitive, so I don't know. Rohype. Alright guys, let's go. Albuquerque. What time is it? Ooh, it's late. Hopefully tower's still on when we get there. They appear to still be online now. Okay, let's go. Okay, lights are coming back on. Everything's all set. Mixture, I'm going to keep where it's at. And we'll set up everything else in the air. Should be real easy though, VFR. We're just following the river and the road, so we should do alright. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 941 Tango is taking off runway 27, right downwind departure out to the east, Los Alamos. Woo! November 8033 Foxtrot, appreciate the raid, man. Welcome, welcome everybody. We're about to start the last leg of our journey, departing out of Los Alamos, Lima Alpha Mike, and heading into Albuquerque to meet up with the rest of the pilot club. We're in the Cessna 182T today. First time flying this airplane on stream, also first time using the tracker head tracking device. It's been a lot of fun so far. Alright, here we go. 27, 270 and 270. Heels to the floor, full power. Rotating at 65, climbing out at 85. Power set, engines green, airspeed's alive.
Nearby restricted airspace.
65, rotate. Positive rate, mash on the brakes. How did your flight go, 33 Foxtrot? Let's see, we'll be in a westerly direction, so even thousands plus or minus 500. So we'll go to 10.5 again for this last leg. We're clear right. And we're clear right. Los Alamos traffic, Skylane 41 Tango turning right downwind, runway 27, going to be departing the area straight out to the east and going up to 10,500 Los Alamos. Alright, let's roll the power back, 28 inches and 2,400 RPM. We'll cruise climb between 90 and 100 knots up to 10.5. Make sure to stay outside of the restricted airspace, just south of Los Alamos. That's why we're heading out east to join the river, keep us outside of that restricted. $500 to go. Woo-hoo, that's pretty. Alright, leveling 10.5. I've got the road or the river in sight, I think. Autopilot's engaged, help me out a little bit. And we're clear right. There's Los Alamos where we just took off from. We took off runway 27 going the other way. Up and around. Alright, it didn't stop at 10.5 again. That's in VS mode, so we're going to VS back down to 10.5. Should capture. Power, let's go 26 inches and 2,300 RPM. And lean out the mixture. Right about there. November 8033 Foxtrot, it went well. I departed out of Monument Valley, Uniform Tango 25, about 210 miles direct. It was a great time. Awesome, man. Oh, Rohite. You're so nice, man. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, check out November 8033 Foxtrot's Twitch channel. His home simulator setup is Beautiful. Alright, how about getting some lights on in here? Pedestal? Got dome lights up here. Okay, there we go. A little dome light. Alright, we can close the cowls. Just forgot about that. Climb check, airspeed, flaps are up, prop 2400. Turbo inlet temp monitor, cruise check, throttle set, prop is set, mixture set, cowl flaps are closed. There we go, boys and girls. We'll just keep following the river until we meet up with the road and the railroad, and then we're just going to follow that in VFR into Albuquerque. Got a NOTAM here for parachute area upcoming, effective in 1 hour, just southeast of Albuquerque. There are going to be some jumpers out there in the yellow circle. That's not for another hour. We should be in Albuquerque well before then. Oh yeah, we're real close. This is a short one. KBQ, direct to. So we're 43 miles out. We're doing 142 knots over the ground. We should be in Albuquerque in about 18 and a half minutes. We got the river in sight. Oh, nice. 3-3 Foxtrot also flew the Carenado 182T this evening. Sweet. Wait, did you fly it for Musfuss or for X-Plane? Obviously X-Plane. Do I even have to ask? Alright, awesome. 3-3 Foxtrot. Yeah, let me know, man. Wow, look at that sunset. Those colors. Pressures and temps, everything's in the green. Still plenty of fuel. X-plane. I shouldn't even have asked that. You said Carenado, so I was like, wait a minute. Is Mike flying Musfuss now? Alright, so just left of course here, there's an acrobatic area that's active right now. Airplanes out there doing acrobatics. Surface to 4,000, effective now. So we'll want to avoid that purple circle there. Alright, we've got Albuquerque Tower and ground online, and ATIS is going to be on 118 nothing. 118 00. We're 30 miles out now, 32. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Please contact tower on 120.3.
And then tower on
Activity
120.3.
in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information kilo. Albuquerque International Sun Airport ATIS information kilo 0052 Zulu. West 160 and 8. Visibility 10. 16,000 scattered. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 19er. Dew point -16. Altimeter 2988. Arrivals expect visual approach runway 21. Departing runway 21. North into airmen. Runway 1230 closed. Taxiway hotel closed. G southeast of runway 321. Taxiway Foxtrot 5 closed. Taxiway Golf between G1 and East closed. PAO on Taxiway Charlie between Taxiway Juliet and Taxiway Golf. Taxiway Echo closed between East 3 and Golf. Taxiway Alpha 3 between Alpha and runway 826 closed. Work in progress on Taxiway Alpha between Alpha 2 and Charlie. For clearance delivery, please contact tower on 120.3. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information kilo.
Kilo.
Albuquerque International Sun Airport ATIS information kilo 0052 Zulu. West 160 and 8. Visibility 10.
Alright, we've got Kilo over the tower.
Scattered.
$2988. Oh, oops, wrong knob. 2988. Down here as well, 2988. Alright, where are we parking down there at Albuquerque? Alright, they're using runway 21. Alright, general aviation area out here. Awesome. So we'll land runway 21. We'll try to get off,
Albuquerque Tower,
I guess, Fox 3 and then Foxtrot
runway 21.
to the GA area.
Exit Jet 800, Albuquerque Tower, good evening. Wind 1608, runway 21, clear to land. Clear to land 21, actually 800.
Likely going to give us the straight in.
538, Albuquerque Tower, are you on this frequency, sir? 538, great.
Fuel elevation there at Albuquerque.
Excuse me. Expect clearance
5,400.
5 miles from the field. And 5 Club 538, sorry, 5 Club 538, traffic, 12 o'clock, 7.5 miles at 6,500 feet. Challenger, we'll put them in sight. 5 Club 538, number 2, following that traffic, wind 1608, runway 21, clear to land.
Alright, we can start working our way down. You know what, I'm just going to hand fly it the rest of the way. Autopilot's disengaged my airplane. Bring in the mixture some. I'm going to open up the cowls now before I forget, because I always forget. All of our lights are on. We'll make our first call when we are... See, tower's online, so I don't know if he's like handling, it's top down, so I don't think he's handling that second ring of the class Charlie, so I'm not gonna call him until I'm just on the edge of that outer ring, maybe 10 or 15 miles out.
Exec Jet 800, welcome to Albuquerque, turn right to enable.
I've got the field in sight already.
Enable, Jet 800, thank you. Exit Jet 800, contact ground, 121.90, have a great night. Ground point there, Jet 800, have a great night.
Alright, 15 out, I'll call him.
Albuquerque traffic, oh, sorry, wrong thing.
Albuquerque Tower, good evening. Skylane 9er 41 Tangos 15 to the north at 9,200, inbound for a full stop with Kilo.
November 9041 Tango Albuquerque Tower, good evening. Make straight in, runway 21.
Straight in, runway 21, 41 Tango. Alright, just like we expected.
Hi Club 538, welcome to Albuquerque, turn right to enable.
Runway 21 is the one that we see lit up there, kind of going diagonal.
Hi Club
We're going to head straight in.
Wind 1608, runway 21.
Hey, a couple degrees left. Oh, that's right, autopilot's off. square off just a little bit, not too much. And then ground's going to be on 121.9.
Flight Club 538, contact ground, 121.90. Have a great night.
This is cool, man. I wish we had terrain down here in Florida. Flying alongside of mountains and cliffs and things. So freaking cool. Alright, let's plug in 210 as a reference.
International Airport Class Charlie airspace.
And that's the runway that we're landing on right there.
Flight Club 148, traffic 12 o'clock.
Alright, seat back,
5 miles.
seat belts, fuel
It's
selectors
a
on both. Mixture,
At
bring it a little bit more.
We'll put them in sight.
Prop will bring it on final, or somewhere a little bit closer, and we've got all of our lights on.
Flight Club 148, second.
Flight Club 148 traffic, 2.5 miles, 1 o'clock. It's a Skyhawk at 8,000 feet. We'll put them in sight.
Roger, we have traffic, sir.
Flight Club 148, maintain visual separation of the traffic.
Alright, so our first landing was pretty trash. Our second one was pretty decent. We'll see how we do on this third one. Gotta remember to get that nose up higher with the 182, since sitting on the ground flat, it's kind of got a couple degrees nose up. Also, 182 is much heavier up front, so you can't chop and drop it like the Skyhawk. Gotta slowly back the power down. If you chop and drop like the Skyhawk, the nose will just drop. Kind of like the Mooney does. Alright, prop full forward. Mixture, I'm going to keep where it's at. For best power.
Have Club 148, roger. There is
Nearby Albuquerque
traffic
International Airport Class Charlie
behind you.
airspace.
High Club 148, wind 1678, runway 21, go to land.
210 land, 566.
Where's he at?
41 Tango, do you have that traffic? Trouble call, it's the AP20 at 7,000 feet.
Looking for traffic, 41 Tango.
41 Tango, thank you.
I've got him in sight. Traffic in sight, 41 Tango. No lights on, but here he is. Alright, we're going to want to stay above his glide path, so we don't get caught in his wake. I'm going to bring in some power, stay above him.
One Tango, number 2, following that traffic, wind 1678, runway 21, go to land, and caution wake turbulence from the AP20.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 21, sky lane 41 Tango.
Empire Club 148, expect a expedited...
Alright, below 110,
runway, if you can.
flaps 10.
Roger.
It's alright, we'll slow it down, he'll have plenty of time to get off. White arc, flaps 20. And rest of those flaps, 70 knots. We'll fly this one high so that we stay above his wingtip vortices, his wake. One last gumps check, gas, undercarriage,
Takeoff
mix,
148,
prop,
welcome to Albuquerque,
seatbelts,
turn
switches,
right without delay.
flaps.
Traffic behind you.
Whatever.
Takeoff 148, contact ground 121.90. Have a great night.
121.9, thanks. I'll go with it.
Alright, crosswind from the left. We're gonna dip that left wing and right rudder.
41 Tango, welcome to Albuquerque.
I'm not there yet.
Red light to enable.
I'm not gonna respond because I'm flying the airplane. Oh, almost did not bring that nose up. Alright, nice. Like it, like it, like it, like it. I'll take it. Right when able, 41 Tango.
And 41 Tango, I appreciate your spacing between you and the A320. I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't both go around. That's why I code you both. So it can be painful going around.
No problem. Alright, we're clear. Get all the way to the other side of the line.
Flight Club 41 Tango, contact ground 121.90. Have a great night.
Ground point 9, 41 Tango, you as well. Alright, mixture, lean. Cowls are open, flaps are coming up. Reset our trim and lights. And over to ground point 9.
Yeah, he's pretty far away from me.
So we're off at Charlie, it looks like. And we'll go to Atlantic.
Bowser 148, yeah, if you can get past him, you're free to cross. He hasn't called in yet.
He's got room. Pilot Club! Alright, we're clear at Charlie, going to Atlantic. Albuquerque ground, good evening. Skylane 941 Tango is clear of runway 21 at Charlie. We're going to Atlantic.
Skylane November 941 Tango, Albuquerque ground, welcome in. Taxi GA ramp by Foxtrot.
GA ramp by a Foxtrot, Skylane 41 Tango. Alright, left turn here on Fox. And right turn Fox 1. Clear right. Clear left. Alright, we made it. I'll get to all your messages here in the chat in just a moment. Boone, I see you. I'm not ignoring you. As soon as I park up, we get our parking brake on, I'll catch up here in the chat. Here's Fox 1 on our right. I'll answer all your questions. Clear left, clear right.
Pilot 148, can we just take Cosmo 8 and take Echo, and then I'll do Alpha.
Pilot 148, say again which taxiways you wanted?
Is that we could just go right and go straight?
Pilot 148, sure, that's approved. You can right on Golf 1, you can
Looks like there's a rave going on in the FBO.
On Echo 3, you can continue straight to the ramp.
Alright, parking brake. I can't see it. And yeah, let's turn off our lights and our avionics. Pull the mixture and the prop. Close the cowls. Turn our fuel off. Make sure all of our switches are off. Rest of those lights. And our battery master. And standby bat. Wow, why is that prop windmilling for so long? It's weird. Is it gonna stop? Not sure what's up with that. Okay, so row hype, so your tracker has an on-off switch. See you turning your head with nothing happening? Yes, it's got a pause switch and like a center switch. In case it gets off track every now and then, you gotta recenter it. But yeah, there's a pause switch that I'm using. Row hype. .33 Foxtrot, I call it 20 for good sequencing since I was in a small prop plane among a lot of jets. Boone00, what's going on, man? What scenery do you use? Ortho, we're flying Flight Sim 2020. Boone. Yeah, so just default scenery. All the airports that we've flown to today, let me see, Durango, Los Alamos, and Albuquerque are all freeware sceneries downloaded off of flightsim.to for the airports. And then the rest of the scenery is just stock FS 2020. 33 Foxtrot, yep, the 182 is quite nose heavy. Oh wow, the TPC plane says compilation kid. Nicely done, Tommy, I appreciate it, Mike. It's funny that our prop is still spinning and our plane is wobbling away. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me for tonight. Tomorrow is Friday night ops. I don't know for sure that I'm going to fly. I'm going to try to fly. If I don't fly Friday, I'll fly Saturday. If I do fly Friday, I may not fly Saturday. Easter coming up Sunday as well as my birthday. So this will be another one of those weekends where I'm out probably eating and drinking too much. You guys have a great one. If you want to stand by for a minute or two, I'll send you guys off to another Twitch channel we could raid. I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the flight. I hope everybody has a great night. See ya!
The seating actually on them. We are set up for a Lakers gaming versus Bucks gaming tip-off playoff game, which means we're going to get Reds versus the Bucks to open the tip-off next week. So that should be